Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Directors of the President International Award, the Chairperson of the National Organizing Committee, members of staff from the Program Office, and also members of staff from the President's International Award, members from the Gold Award Holders Association, our students from the President's International Award Skills Training Center, our friends from the media, from the press, other award participants present here, and all other protocols respectfully and duly observed. I'm very much honored today to welcome all of you. I say warmly, but it's already warm. Just to welcome all of you to this very important event, that is press briefing on the level of preparedness of the National Organizing Committee on the upcoming awarding ceremonies. The media and the members of the press have a very key role in this national event. It's not only an event for the President's International Award or the Gold Award Holders Association, GAHA. It is a national event when we want to recognize and honor the selfless work and sacrifice that our young people went through during their period of being award participants. The members of the press are a close partner in this, because like it is mentioned by the chairman of the Gold Award Holders Association, Mr. Kebe, the last time the awarding was held was in 2014. So that is a considerable period where migration must have taken its toll on some of us. Death has also taken its toll on some of us, and some people may have been engaged in various levels that it may be very difficult for us to reach out to them. And we know what they have gone through. It is only fair that their efforts are recognized and shown to the entire world. So this is why we want to have a close collaboration, partnership with the press and the people from the media to support us in this endeavor. So having welcomed all of you, I want to go into the history or the memory lane of this great award. The President's International Award briefly came into this country as far as 1979. It was then under the Ministry of External Affairs. Now we call it the Foreign Affairs Ministry. It was under the Ministry of External Affairs. And as it was progressing, the first national director was appointed, in his blessed memory, Mr. Salifu Jabe, may Allah bless his soul, was appointed by the government to look at this great program for young people. As the government was transforming and putting its systems in place, it was moved to the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture. In those days, there were no Ministry of Youth and Sports. So the award moved to the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture. So as we were transforming as a government, the Ministry of Youth and Sports came into being. And the government only deemed it necessary because it's a youth achievement program. Let it move to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And from that time up to date, we are an agency of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The award is a non-membership program. like we may have in some clubs or some association in other schools or other communities, that I'm a member of this organization, I'm a member of this association, I'm a member of this club. That one is not like that. That one is a non-membership program. You ask some of these people who went through the award. Once you are in it for life. I don't know whether they have some compulsion that they give to them so that they remain in the award forever. So it's a non-membership program, and it is an achievement program. It is an achievement program where young people go through rigorous programs and activities for them to achieve an award. You must achieve an award. It is a program that was founded in 1956. In 1956 by the Duke of Edinburgh, His Royal Highness, the late Prince Philips. Prince Philips departed this world about a year ago. He founded the award with some of his respectable friends. So the award is a holistic program for young people. It has issues of education in it. It has issues of youth development in it. It has issues of skills development in it. So it's a very rounded program, which was founded in 1956. So that will tell all of us that a program that is founded in 1956, up to date, increasing in numbers. We have over 7 million young people participating in the program today. So that is a program that is worthwhile for young people. If it were not worth the value, it must have died a long time ago, or the participation level must have decreased. But today, we boast of over 7 million young people in this program across the world. And it is founded on the pillars of providing young people the necessary attitude and behavior during their developmental stages of their life, during their transformative stage of their life. And if you look at our age target of this program, we are looking at young people between the age 14 to 25. And this age category or cohort is not chosen by any form of accident. It was carefully chosen. Most of us who are adults today will know that 14 to 25 is a very critical age in one's life. It is a transformative age in one's life, where young people will be transforming or changing from adolescence into adulthood. It's a very critical moment in one's life. And for those of us who have come from the award background, knows that this is where many of us will either make our life or break our life. This is where so many stakeholders in the lives of this young person are fed up. You go to the school system today, the teachers will tell you, but we have tried everything. We cannot change them. So it's their life and their families. The teachers have lost hope. You go to the police. The police will tell you that he's a frequent offender and all this. We did everything and we cannot. So let them be their own. Even the parents are fed up now. They will tell you our generation and yours are completely different. During our generation, we are well behaved and we listen and all the things. But now look at these young people. What do they think of themselves? So they also depart your world. Everyone will depart your world except us in the hour. This is the time you get closer and closer to you to support this young person in his or her development stage of your life. So this is what the award does. When the whole world turn their back to you, we come and say, hey, we are here and we can support you. So we'll give you a lot of activities, life-changing activities that will enable you to achieve an award, what we call an award. So basically, if you talk to someone and you say, what is the award all about? You say, the award has 3 awards, silver, bronze, silver, and gold. And you go through the mandatory sections. That will not explain the award to a layman. What is silver? What is gold? For us, we think that those ones are right. But in our own parlance, in the parlance of the award, those are achievements. When you achieve a bronze award, that means you have undergone through several activities, rigorous activities, life-changing activities that will enable you to achieve that bronze. And you also do similar activities at silver, at gold. The difference is, as you climb through the levels of the levels, let's say from bronze to silver to gold, the intensity of the activity increases. Someone have just mentioned about the expedition, for example, is one activity that will give you during your award. You trek, or you use some forms of bicycle. If you go to other countries where you have some of these, environments where you have mountain climbing, swimming, and those kind of. But here, most of the time during our expedition, young people trek. For example, in bronze, they will tell you, you trek for 24 kilometers. I have participated in it. I know what it means. Some of my colleagues have to get a shortcut. I don't want to mention their name. 24 kilometers for bronze. For silver, you trek for 48 kilometers. How many of us can do that here? And you do this thing for a reason. Some people will say when they see our young award participants trekking, they say, what are you doing? Before you better go to your farm and do something there, or do something meaningful. Only trekking for what? They don't know, but we know. But we owe it to them to explain what this all means. When you get to the level of gold, you trek for 80 kilometers. 80 kilometers. I think in this whole room, it is only me and Uncle Malik who can do that. I can bet that. He's a very strong man, and myself. But the rest of the other board members, I'm sure they cannot even take the challenge. 80 kilometers. So I think it is only fair that when young people trek for these 80 kilometers, they should be awarded. I went through it. And what is the meaning of this, let's say, expedition? You can imagine a young Gambian will be living in Banjul, doesn't even know the environment of Brikama. A Banjulian is only a Banjulian. Someone in Brikama doesn't even care what is happening in Banjul. You don't know your country. Although it is a great country, but it's also a small country. But like it is, young people don't seem to know each other here. Young people don't seem to understand one another here. And misunderstandings can lead to conflict. Most of the times, if you live together, we understand one another, we should be able to dialogue and find solutions to our problems. But if we do not, it can lead to misunderstanding. Misunderstanding can directly or indirectly lead to conflict. So we take young people out on expedition. A young person in Banjul or in Brikama or in Fatoto, in Basri, and we bring all of them together. We say go on expedition from the Westfield up to, what is the last village? Kartong. Kartong. Trek from Westfield to Kartong. Yes, that's what happens. Here, members of the press, I want you to know, that's what happened here. Sometimes they'll start 4 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m. And they'll meet with a lot of people going to work, they meet villagers. They say, this place is Kitty. These are the people. What kind of ethnic groups lives here? This is the way they live, and they will interact with the people of Kitty. So that the young person in Faroto, we know a village called Kitty. So that when a Mandinka living in Wuli speaks, we also have differences in dialects. We can be the same ethnic group, but we have different dialects. A Mandinka in Wuli can speak a different language, dialect, with a Mandinka in Gunjuru or in Sukuta. We don't need to laugh at them. That's their way of life. Even in Fula, my children, Fulas, they have dialects in Fulas, in the language. So we must appreciate each other. When we appreciate each other, there will not be any issue of ethnicity in this country. We know that we are all one and the same people. There will be no issue of religion in this country. But young people understand their sense of belonging and their unity as a people. All these benefits we get it from expedition. There's another activity that we do in the award that enables you to achieve an award. It's called service, called specifically community service. I'm sorry, imagine when all of us were born in our community. You're a baby, 1 day or 2 years, 2 days old, or 3 days, 5 days old, before the christening, the naming ceremony. our elders will come and say, giving back, they'll give you soup, they'll give you wrappers, they'll give you, and everyone want to get hold of you and cuddle you and show that love and all the things. The Imam will come and pray into your ears and all those things. And from that time up to the time you are school, you go through the school, everyone admire you and all the things. I think it is only fair that when you grow up and become responsible, you give something back to your community. Selfless service to the community. Now we don't do that. If I ask this group of people and say, you're going to, clean a street in Banjul, they'll say, but why is breakfast? Why is our transport reformed? They'll start asking. In those days, we call it, those of us who are elders, myself and Mr. Mendy, we do tecito. Tecito. And you don't ask a dime from it. Instead, we contribute to it. Tecito. We'll clear the whole village, whole community of rubbish. We'll create fire belts around villages and communities so that when bushfire comes, it will not enter the village. But now all of us have migrated to the combos. Even the Fulaman from Kulkunda want to come into the combos. It's only the elders and the women who will be left in the village. When there is fire outbreak, it's a disaster. Be careful for us. Let's join the award, please. Community service. Community service. It's one thing that we instill into our young people. So that sense of community and that sense of tecito will not be lost. It is our country. This is our own, and this is where we can call home. And we also give skills and interest. Skills and interest is a section of the award that we want every young award participant to earn a skill, to have a skill. Because we know very well that young people have some hidden talents, which in fact themselves may not even understand about themselves. So we enable them to discover their talents. You can see a young person very shy and those things who don't want to even mingle with anyone. That person is loaded with some public speaking skills. Just ginger it up a little bit and it will come up. We provide life skills to them and livelihood skills to them. Life skills in terms of public speaking, in terms of communication, in terms of leadership, those kind of life skills. And livelihood, we provide a range of skills to them. Electrical, plumbing, hairdressing and beauty therapy, some people into nursing, some people into foreign services, diplomacy. Some people are diplomats today in this country thanks to the award program. Some people are even veteran journalists in the blessed memory of our friend, the late Fall. What is the first name? Pamodu Fall. Pamodu Fall was one of our, was one of sorry for being a little bit emotional, because this person was very instrumental in our award. He has contributed selfless service. One day when we lost His Royal Highness, the Prince Phillips, we opened a condolence book for him. And we included his name there. He was a very busy person. Pamodu was humble. You cannot call him, and even if he is tired of it, he will say, I'll come. I knew that about him, and I was trying to chase him around. He said, please, Mr. Drammeh, be in your office. I'll definitely sign this condolence book. That was the level of his commitment, his humility, that I know in this person called Pamodu. And one remark he told me, he said, I am who I am today because of the award program. So I'll never forget that. So the award has contributed in various meaningful ways to people of this country. If all of us know what is embedded in this program, and so we'll give every opportunity to every person, in this young person particularly in this country. We do not target only young people going to school. We go into the communities and get them from there to participate in this program. So it doesn't matter whether you are going through a school system or you are outside. We have community-based award program in this country. Our clarion call is, let everyone, young persons, adult helpers, our stakeholders, our opinion leaders, our authorities, to support us in what we are doing. If every young person is given the opportunity to participate in this program, and you have achieved, not given an award, You have achieved an award, so we can easily change this country. Issues of attitude, problems of behavior, if not completely eliminated, but we can alleviate or minimize a good number of them. This is what we do as a family. And I told you maybe there's a concoction that some of them will drink. Once you are in it, you can never get out of it. So, in case you pass by and meet some of our young people trekking, or you find them doing a community service, there is a reason for all these things. We want to mold their behavior. We want to mold their attitude, so that other generations will not laugh at us to say our generation is far better than yours. We can also demonstrate humility. We can demonstrate selfless service to our community. One fundamental and key word that we always echo to them, they said, it was given by one American president: do not ask what your country can do for you. Ask yourself, what can you do for your country? And once this selfless, service or sense is instilled into us, we will change this country. It's a small country. We can change it. We are blessed with so many resources here, and notably the human resource. We have it here. We've been talking about the demographic dividend. That is about who? It's the young people. Let's harness it. We can harness it with confidence through the award program. So I am pleading and calling on the members of the press, present or unavoidably absent here, to support us, putting across some of these messages, some of this information, particularly issues that relate to these upcoming awarding ceremonies. We'll be doing awarding across all levels: bronze, silver, and gold. And we just given an estimate of 3,000, but it may go beyond that. It may go beyond that, so we only need your support and partnership in this thing. And this is the whole objective of calling this occasion. And the Madam Chairperson, Fatima, will dilate more on the level of preparedness towards the occasion. And anytime we also mention about the President International Award, so many people think that we have political affiliation. We do not have any political activity within our midst. Like I told you, it was founded by the late Prince Philip, who was the husband of Queen Elizabeth in the royal family. So it was only proper that any country that is delivering the award, the highest office becomes the custodian of the program. And that is the office of the president, and the president becomes the chief patron. The first chief patron of this organization was the late Sainey Drammeh, and the next person was the former president, Yahya Jammeh, and currently the still president, His Excellency Adam Barrow, is currently the chief patron of the award. He has given us his blessing to go ahead. So one of the mammoth tasks of the National Organizing Committee is to work with stakeholders so that we can specifically come up with a date, maybe in 1 or 2 months' time, and venture into the program. On that note, Mr. Chairman, members of the high table, members of the press, and all present here, I want to thank you very much for answering to our call, to the beginning of our partnership, to ensure that this event becomes a very successful one. Thank you very much. The reporter from BRTS. The last one was the 8th edition. The 8th edition of the Gold Award ceremony. And this one, the upcoming one, will be the 9th edition. Yeah, so we're looking forward to the 9th edition of the Gold Award ceremony. Thank you.
Forward to your great success. And I believe with what we have seen and the level that we have gone, you will do what is expected of you. And you will make this occasion successful one and a remarkable one.